I love you!
I'm first, woohoo!
everyone, welcome in. Happy Monday, y'all. How are you guys doing? How was your weekend? Thank you for joining. Major Dead, thank you for redeeming first. Dashing Drew Rude, thank you for the follow. Oh, thank you. Heretic, welcome in. Thank you, much appreciated. Thank you. Happy to be here. How was your guys' weekend? What's new, guys? What's going on? Does anyone have any fun or interesting updates for me? Do I have any fun or interesting updates for you? Did I do anything interesting? Today, so Colton, apparently his friend gifted him his old gaming laptop many years ago, and he forgot about it, and he left it in his garage, and then he remembered it when I was like, we should play games together, and he was like, I can't do that, I don't have a PC, and then his friend was there and was like, don't you have my old PC? So I said that I would help him set it up today, and I was working on that, and then it automatically, it said it needed to update before I did anything, so I allowed it to update, and then I remembered a friend saying that if a computer hasn't updated in a while, it can break it. It can break the computer if you allow it to update. And I was like, oh, well, hopefully that doesn't happen. And I'm a little worried that it did. Fates, hello! Welcome in, it's good to see you. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm a little worried that that actually did happen because after, first of all, it got way too hot. And I had to unplug it. And then when I turned it back on, it automatically updated again, and then it did this thing where it was like, could not complete updates, undoing changes, and then it said restarting, and then it said could not complete updates, and it just kept doing that, and then it was time for me to go and start my stream. So I'm a little worried that I may have accidentally broken his computer by allowing it to update. Does anyone who is more techie than me have advice? Still here, just didn't type anything. That's all good. I play ads at the beginning of my stream. It gives me a chance to make sure that my ad average is above the 3-minute thing without me needing to do anything, and it also allows I try to do 10 minutes at the beginning of my stream, not just of straight ads, but for people to show up, and then I run 3 minutes of ads during that time, if that makes sense. So that I hopefully won't interrupt me with ads for the next hour. Might be too old too. Yeah, I don't know how old it is. Thank you. I also run ads at the end of my stream after I raid out when no one's here, for the same reason. And then people always comment, hey, your stream is still running, and I'm like, I know, don't mention it, it's embarrassing. You'll throw a pic for what might be up with my computer, with my friend's computer. And I'm doing okay. Besides the fact that I am a little worried I may have broken my my friend's computer by allowing it to update. Which, to be fair, if he was going to use it to play games, it would have needed to update anyways, but maybe there was something I could have done to ease it in. I don't know. I am worried. It might still be updating, doing the restart, can't complete updates, undoing, restart thing out there. I left it in that process, hoping that it would resolve itself. You gotta check my Discord. Think of what you did with your weekend. Computer, yeah. It's a shame though, because I was able to download was able to download the games I wanted him to play relatively quickly. So I feel like, I mean, granted that's not opening the game, but a lot of the times just downloading a game will make my computer very mad at me. Can I wipe the computer and install from scratch? Oh! No, he's never, he downloaded Discord and he downloaded Steam because I harassed him into doing it. That's pretty much everything that's on the computer at this point, not including the games that I installed today. So I think if he factory reset the computer, that would be fine. But I think that considering it's automatically started the update process as soon as I tried turning the computer on this time, I don't know how I would factory reset it. Yeah, it needs to be update. You're right about that. Windows does not play. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's very comforting. Thank you. Love and Fury, hello! Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. I'm getting computer advice. Needs to be update. Don't think I broke it. Comforting. Bring it here. Okay, yeah. Wait, do you actually mean I should bring the computer here in front of you guys, and work on the computer right now in front of you guys? Or is that a metaphorical, oh yeah, bring it here, we'll fix it, and I'll just like deal with it off stream sometime where I send screenshots or take pictures and be like, guys, help, in my Discord. Darth Bane, hello! Computer does need to update. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, it needs to update anyways if you're gonna play games on it. How is your stream, Love and Fury? I'm catching up on chat. You were playing Cyberpunk 2077. How is that going for you? I know it's not your first time playing through it, right? It's one of your favorite games. Allosaurus, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining! Yes, computer advice. I can retell the story. Try F keys when I turn it on. What does the F... Wait, do you mean like the F1, F2, or like actually just spam the F key? I don't know anything about computers. I learned how to deal with computers when I started streaming, and it's only things that deal with streaming pretty much. Every now and then, Urkimus will ask me for tech advice, and it's like, I'm just Googling it and then regurgitating what I learned from Google to you. You could literally do this yourself. But sometimes it's easier to look up something for a friend than it is for yourself, I've noticed. Just makes it a little less overwhelming when it's not relevant to you. No, you're being literal, bring it here. You said it's a laptop, put it in front of the camera. Well, okay. I'll go check on it in a second. So lovely. Yay! I'm glad you had a lot of friends, Love and Fury. So, my best friend Colton, his friend gifted him his old gaming laptop many years ago, and then he forgot about it, and then he remembered it recently, and he brought it over, and I was like, okay, I could set it up for you. I'll log into my Steam on your account and set up family sharing so you have access to all my games, because I've got a bunch of games that I want you to play, Hellblade being the primary one. And then as I was setting all that up, it was like, oh, it needs to update, and I was like, okay, go ahead and update, so that I could finish setting up these games. And then I vaguely remembered, a techier friend than I once told me that if a Windows computer, hasn't updated in a while, and then you allow it to update all at once, it can break the computer. And I was like, hopefully that doesn't happen. And then I think it kind of happened, because it took a really long time updating. Actually, it overheated and froze, and so I unplugged it, and then I turned it back on, and automatically started updating. And then once it finished updating, it said, could not complete updates, undoing changes, do not turn off your computer. And then it did that for a while, and then it said restarting, and then it did the same thing, and just kept doing that cycle for a really long time, and then I had to come here. So it's probably still doing that. But at the same time, I would have needed to update it so that he could play games on this computer. So yeah, that's the tech advice, is me being like, did I break my friend's computer, but also is there anything I could have done differently? F2, F11, or F escape. Safety mode, okay. Oh, it is your first playthrough. I thought that you'd said that it was your favorite game and you've played it before. Well, I'm glad you were loving it. got stuck in a boot. You played it right when it came out? Right when it came out, pirated the unpatched version because you wanted the full cyberpunk experience. It was hilarious. Everything was broken. Cars floated. Keanu's eyes glowed across the whole screen. Shrubs and steam. Wow. I heard that they released and charged an exorbitant amount for an unfinished broken game, but I didn't realize it was that bad. I'm glad that it is not that broken now because I would like to play it myself someday. Welcome in, Carrot King. By the way, Love and Fury, thank you again so much for the raid. For the people who don't know who I am, I'm Lady Teddy. I'm a variety streamer who's relatively new to gaming, so whenever I play a video game, it's most likely going to be a first playthrough, meaning that I can play old games or new games, but it's always nostalgia. Yeah, that's actually not the case with today. This is like the first time that's ever happened. I finished Baldur's Gate 3 on Monday last week, I believe, and then I didn't like the ending I got because I fucked up some dialogue or something, and then it forced a character to die that I didn't want to die. And so I'm going to because I made a bunch of choices under the assumption that something would have I told you about it, Bates. I remember being like, I thought it was possible to keep this character from dying, but then it didn't give me that option. It was a dialogue option. So there's two things. All I need to do is finish the boss fight, which I saved somewhere. Like the boss fight, the big bad, it's not that bad. It won't be that long. I'm going to take the egg out of the bag that's in the bag, and then I'm going to change the dialogue options, and I'm going to get an ending that I'm not disappointed with because I spent way too much time playing this game for me to have an ending that I'm disappointed with. And if there's enough time, I will switch to Skyrim afterwards. Yeah, it was just like I figured that Lae'zel, she deserved to be free, and I wanted him to go and take care of his own goddamn revolution. But the fact that I was taking away this person made him really hopeless, and so before anything else could happen, he just killed himself, and I was like, fuck. I thought that we could avoid this. That's the entire reason I made these choices. I made these choices because I wanted all of my stream, we all decided that it was of primary importance for all of the characters in the game to be hot, which I agree with. And then also because I knew that even if I made those selfish choices to make sure all of my characters were hot, he would still be saved and save the entire race from slavery. But then that didn't happen. So then my characters were hot still, but then I was sad because slavery. You had to try and get the Asterian romance 3 times. You want to play Baldur's Gate 3? It's a really good game, but oh my gosh, I definitely burnt out on it at the end. I don't know if you heard this, but my first playthrough, I was like 75 hours in or something. Almost at the end of Act 2, and then my save file was corrupted and I had to start over, and it was just repeating that much, and then yeah, I burnt out. Yeah. It was unplayable. So what happened was I wanted to do a mod that would make it so I could have unlimited members in my party, and then it didn't work, so I uninstalled it immediately, and I never played the game with it. But because I installed that initially, it created a separate save spot that was on my computer. I have an external drive for my games and all of the memory, but it created an external save area that was not compatible with my computer or the rest of my game, that was on my computer and took up a fuck ton of space, and it was like making my computer straight up shut down midstream, and every single time it auto-saved or I had to save, it would take at least 15 minutes. It was unplayable. I still have that save file just somewhere on my computer. Because part of me is like, maybe I'll go back to it someday if I figure out how to make it work and how to get the information off that save file. But it was unplayable. Some people here remember. Okay. You know what? I should just get to the game rather than... You guys can help... What do you guys think? Calm Fury, hello! Good to see you! Thank you so much for joining. Wait, you're joining the raid from Love and Fury. Okay. Mr. Ledge, hello, welcome in. The Furies came in together. It's good to see you too. I did enjoy it. I was disappointed with the ending that I got. I made certain choices because I was given a spoiler, and because of that spoiler, I knew that I could get an ending that I didn't dislike, but then because of dialogue options that I didn't realize would make it so that couldn't happen, I got an ending that I was disappointed in. So I'm going to get an ending that I'm not disappointed in today. I spent way too many hours on this game. For the people who don't know, I am a relatively new gamer. I've only been playing video games for a little over 2 years. Like, literally last week was 2 years. Wednesday of last week was 2 years. So, I've been playing video games for not a very long time. This is the most amount of hours that I've put into any game ever. The next closest is Skyrim, which is 140, and I have over 300 hours in Baldur's Gate 3. That is too many hours for an ending that I am disappointed in. I'm good! How are you? Thank you so much for asking. And thank you. You guys go murder everything and everyone. You finally finished your solo Baldur's Gate 3 run, which was a bitch, but you did it. Wait, what do you mean solo? As in, like, not with friends? Or is there a type of like, where you kill all of the companions and you're just by yourself? Do it! Are you gonna be starting a new character? Just yourself? Oh! You know, I've always wondered if that was actually possible or not. Is it possible to just have, like, no allies and no companions and still do the thing? Alright, I'm gonna turn off. My computer still hates this game, even with it not all fucked up. So I'm gonna turn off my Lumia extensions. Ed Goblin, hello! Sweet dreams to you as well. Thanks for saying hi, Ed. Okay. Yeah, we could deal with my computer. If I can't figure it out myself tomorrow, I'll ask for help in the Discord with Colton's computer. It's kind of a bulky computer and I don't have a lot of space, so I feel like it would just be easier to do it while I'm not live and trying to focus on other things. Okay. Oh, my friend's computer is just old, and I allowed it to update, and I think that it may have broken it, which I've learned since the beginning of my stream. That means that I just probably need to factory reset it. And there's something like, yeah. I don't think it's actually that big of a deal. I just started the stream thinking, I may have broken my friend's computer, and I don't know what to do about that, but you guys have soothed my worries. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, go get yourself some tea. God damn it, Darthbane! I was doing so well! I haven't posted any TikToks for you to make me lose the game on recently. Sounds like my friend's problem. I mean, considering I want him to have that computer so he can play games with me, and he doesn't really seem all that worried about it, it really is more my problem than his problem. I've been trying to get him to get this computer set up for weeks now, because I want him to play games with me. Mostly, actually, I want him to play Hellblade while I watch him play Hellblade, because Hellblade is an amazing game. And he just didn't have a computer he could play on. But now that it's all, like, now that he's living here, I literally just was like, just give me your computer, give me your password, I will set it up for you, you don't need to worry about it. And then I had some regrets. Is this... Wait, hang on. Is this... No, I still think I need to go back here. I also don't think that he would be all that upset, considering he doesn't really seem to care too much about this computer, and he does know that it's old, so it might not work for gaming to begin with. Why is it playing ads? It shouldn't be bothering me with ads for at least an hour.
This legacy. The grand design, once again, ended by my line.
The brain is on the cusp of its final thought, and
It's saved here?
Orpheus's strength to keep it there. An opportunity, perhaps.
Can I not switch characters right now? I still can't get the ending I want if I start here. I don't think.
My master. I must obey. I must end.
Hopes.
Yeah.
Screams of
I
light,
know.
as upon
One day.
unborn.
But right now, as much as I want to get an ending I'm satisfied with, and as much as I love this game, I am so fucking sick of it.
The pain
It
rips through you.
was too complicated, too many glitches, too difficult to get through a single playthrough. I love the game, I love the story, I will be playing it again, and I will do Dark Urge, but not anytime soon. Not at least until the next update, which I think is in September.
Silence. For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity.
We're doing this, but I don't think There's two things that I needed to do, and I needed to access the inventory for one of those things. 33 hours and is still alive? Hell yeah, congratulations! Honor mode just means one save though. I mean, like, if you die, it's not you're dead, right? I really think that we should have instructed the brain to go away from the city before crashing. Oh, it's one life, so if you die, you have to start over entirely. No! No! I was so close to being able to get the egg out of the bag. You can continue. Okay, so if you die, it's like over. If you want to get the honor achievement. Makes sense. Before this day, it was... If you said that you killed a Mind Flayer, that was a bragging right, because no one could kill a Mind Flayer. Mind Flayers were so strong, and only the bravest and strongest of heroes could kill Mind Flayers. But on this day,
Everything you did,
even
everything you
children can
sacrificed,
say that they have killed Mind Flayers.
it was worth it. For this.
Before the day of Dark Sun. Come on, let me access my inventory. Because I don't have to start all this over.
We did it! We actually did it! And the city's still standing.
No, it's not gonna let me access the
powers.
inventory.
They're draining. Just like Missouri said they would.
You kill a Mind Flayer, and you kill a Mind Flayer.
And scheme.
Everybody kill a Mind Flayer.
Yet my blood still simmers. I can't feel the tadpole. They must have all died with the brain. That means we can't turn into mind flayers. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with being a mind flayer, of course.
Even when my time in the prism stretched out like eternity, when escape seemed impossible, I never lost hope. I knew that my destiny was to liberate my people, to return to them triumphant. I was wrong. It seems I can only fulfill one part of my destiny. My people will be liberated, but I cannot return to them. Not like this. You helped me destroy that abomination. Now help me destroy myself. You must kill me. But first, Lae'zel, I need your promise. Carry my hope. Carry my burden. Call my dragons, Kulos and Kuthos.
Okay.
Ride to the Astral Sea. Destroy Vlaakith. Release our people. be our future, and
Sorry to make y'all sit through that and then realize that it was not gonna let me do what I wanted to do. Fresh install of Windows. Okay, there's probably YouTube videos on how to do this. I also have a techie IRL friend that could probably help. No, I have a specific ending that I want. And in order to get it, there's two things I need to do. I need to take the egg out of the bag that's in the bag. And then I need to choose a different dialogue option. I don't know precisely what's going to look like. I just know that this is an option.
Blackets will be done.
There. That was it. That was all I needed to do with my bag. It literally took 1 second. I just want an ending that I'm not disappointed in. I just know I read that in order for the egg to do anything, it needs to be in Lae'zel's bag by the end of the game. And then it was in her bag, but it was in a bag inside the bag, which apparently the game does not understand. So nothing happened. So I needed to take the egg out of the bag that's in the bag, but still in her bag. Because I want Lae'zel to have a mommy arc. Now let's see if I remember how to do this fight scene. In the bag. As it was the entire time.
It is the crown of Karsus, the site of power, the site of domination.
Now it's been a week since I've done this fight.
That is our fated path.
Maybe I can avoid having the owlbear die as well.
That face. The one in my dreams.
I know you. I know everything about you. Your thoughts, your feelings, your weaknesses.
Yeah, this isn't. No matter what happens, this will be a new ending for you, little star girl.
The crown, up ahead. Time to cast the spell again and break its will. Where do I go from here? Good idea, Carla.
Wait, you can't fly through it?
Time to strike.
Wow. Okay. Perfect. Already in position, so much faster. Okay.
We shall not fall!
Oh.
Perfection. Yield to it.
Oh shit. Wait, that's the air elemental. Okay, yeah, he's still good. No, the Emperor's dead?
Nothing important is ever easy.
Join you!
Here goes nothing.
Alright, Karlak. It's go time.
Okay, do I want to... Yeah, I'll call forth my outlaws. Stone Nana should do it. Nice. Oh well. Nice.
Put your skills to use!
Alright. Alright, I forgot that these guys were up here. Shouldn't have been evil.
Survival is all that matters.
Well, Soothing death and destruction ASMR. Is this ASMR? Alright, I've successfully used almost all of my allies this time.
The brain is weakened. This is our chance.
Even bound, its will is stronger than anything you've ever felt. The chains shake, threatening to break at any moment.
It's vulnerable, but not defeated. Use the portal. We will bring it down together. Its will is weakening. The brain is almost defeated.
I would like to watch the actual fight, please.
It's now or never. Inside!
Do you have a long distance spell? Nice. Let's go Owlbear. Wasn't that one of... Okay, so the only one you killed was one of your own. No complaints.
My will is yield, surrender.
Come on, can't stay idle.
This is it! Its will is weakening!
Its will is weakening.
Dope.
The Netherbrain's ours.
Perfect. God, it's nice having so many allies on the field right now.
It's time! Netherbrain and end the grand design!
Cool. I wonder if they're gonna be able to kill the dragon this time. Oh, hell yeah.
Impossible.
You guys talking about One Piece?
Terror. Reconsider. Assess. Implore. Surrender.
There. At last. It is subdued.
Spare me. Join me. Wield me. Become absolute.
And thus, I honor my mother's legacy. The grand design, once again, ended by my line.
The brain is on the cusp of its final thought, and it's taking all of Orpheus's strength to keep it there. An opportunity, perhaps.
It really annoys me that it gives me this option, considering I've been I've made a point of choosing only good options the entire game. It would be so out of character to be like, oh yeah, let's betray Orpheus now and dominate the brain, sounds great. Go ahead, command the brain to destroy the tadpoles. All the tadpoles, and then itself.
My master. I must obey. I must end.
Can we also say move away from the city so that when you fall, you don't destroy more of the city?
Hopes, nightmares, and the screams of legions upon legions of unborn illithids. The pain rips through you, obliterating all thought, all feeling. Your tadpole burns in your brain.
I mean, you're allowed to say it. It just annoys me that the game's giving me that option, considering...
For the first time in a long time, your thoughts are entirely your own. And then, gravity.
If you get that right, that would be amazing. And also very fitting from the 70 episodes I've seen of the show. Well, if I do an evil playthrough, I will do pretty much everything that I've done so far. Except, like, I'll still try and keep all of the characters. I don't know if I'll be able to keep some of them though. But, you know. God Asterion, God Gale. Carrot King, have you not heard the word of our Lord and Savior, the one true giant brain? We call him Giant Brain, and he is our Lord and Savior. It may look like we just killed him, but we just actually helped him ascend so that he could spread the word into other dimensions. You pick it up again, you discovered something called One Piece, which is a fan edit that cuts the fluff out of the anime. Mostly sticks to stuff that's in the manga, cuts out the show to about half its length, which is close to just— oh! That sounds better. I mean, I really like it, it's just way too long. When I realized I'd watched 70 episodes, which is the length of some shows. Some shows are only 70 episodes, and that's multiple seasons. And I realized I was less than 10% of the way through. At 70 episodes, I just was like, oh, this is too much. All hail God Brain! All hail Giant Brain! Our Lord and Savior. He's now spreading his message through all the cosmos, to the other dimensions. Alright, let's see if we get some different dialogue now that Lae'zel is aware of her egg. Hopefully.
We did it! We actually did it! And the city's still standing?
Sort
My
of.
powers. They're draining.
What's
Just like Misora said they would.
the Dressrosa
A
arc?
small price to pay.
I mean, actually, maybe I wouldn't know.
I should feel relieved, yet my blood still simmers.
I just finished what I think was known as the romance arc,
They must have all died
even
with
though
the
there's
brain.
no romance.
That means we can't turn into mind flayers. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with being a mind flayer, of course.
Even when my time in the prism stretched out like eternity, when escape seemed impossible, I never lost hope.
I knew that my destiny was to liberate my people, to return to them triumphant. I was wrong.
It seems I can only fulfill one part of my destiny. My people will be liberated, but I cannot return to them.
Yes, you can, dude. I know you're ugly,
Destroy that abomination.
but you're still their prince.
Now help me destroy myself.
You still have shit to do.
You must kill me.
You must use your power to liberate your people.
But first, Lae'zel, I need your promise. Carry my hope. Carry my burden. Call my dragons, Kulos and Kuthos, and ride to the Astral Sea. Destroy Vlaakith. Release our people.
Bates, are you still here?
Future and our legacy.
This was the area that I fucked it up. I did the persuasion check of, you found new purpose here, Lae'zel. Stay in Beirut, craft a new fate, because I was hoping that if she didn't do it, he would be like, okay, I guess I do have to save my own people. And, that's not what happened. Instead, he did this really depressing speech of, wow, I did all this shit. Like, brief freedom, gave up my own form, still with the hope of saving my people, and it was still for nothing, and then dies. And I'm like, that was not my intention. I still feel like she should make the choice herself, though. I just saved, but I'm hoping that if she makes the choice herself, she'll make the choice that he likes. Yeah, I just saved. Right? Yes. Choice is yours to make, Lae'zel, not mine. I entrust it to you.
Duty. All my life, I've traveled in its slipstream, not once questioning its path. In its service I came here, and now I will carry your hope, Prince Orpheus, and I will carry your burden. But to that burden I must add my own. The loss of those I leave behind.
Lach crashed Macvlek. So be it. Now, give me my freedom from this form.
You're a mind flayer, but you're still you, aren't you?
Yes. But for how long? My mind screams. It will never stop until it has slipped away from me entirely. I will not be Gake. I did what I did to save my people.
Your people still need saving.
It's up to them. Someone else must rise within the ranks to lead the revolution against Vlaakith. Give me my freedom from this form. Release my soul to the astral seas, while I still have one to call my own.
You may not be able to return to your people, Orpheus, but you deserve to live to see their future. I got this, easy peasy. Or maybe not. Okay, cool.
Perhaps you are right. I may not be the one to lead my people, but I can still bear witness to their glory.
You're still their prince, just teach them to not be
In the
racist.
corner of these realms. For even in darkness, the stars of Tunarath will shine upon me. You were a worthy ally.
His people are blessed to have him as their prince. I just hope he finds peace in his new form.
Alright, do we get a mommy arc from her now? That was the other thing I was hoping to get out of this.
I can never forget you. Your name will be etched in our slates. You will be called Mlagir, Liberator. To the skies!
Where is your child? Alright, maybe we get that in the epilogue.
The Githyanki are departing in peace. Curious sight in a day already full of them.
With the Githyanki gone, there's nothing left but the silence of the city. Smoldering.
Well, she still has the egg no matter what. When I was looking up what to do with the egg, I remembered...
But it seems that Gale's mind...
It'll probably be in the epilogue.
Swear.
The epilogue.
Crown. It's somewhere in the Chiontha. If I salvage the stones...
I think that she sends it somewhere to be raised after it hatches, or something. It'll be there.
Power of Karsus would be in my hands.
Hopefully, unless it's glitching, which my playthrough has had a lot of glitches with little shit that's supposed to happen but doesn't.
What then? What would I do with it once I have it?
For instance, my owlbear just disappeared from my camp one day in Act 1. And then showed up for the final fight. Such power is not meant for mortals. Retrieve the crown and give it to Mistra, as she asked.
Sage and timely counsel, as always. And I intend to heed it. A wise man learns from his mistakes and strives not to repeat them. I shall bring the crown to Mistra. She'll cure me of my affliction.
If he tries to become a god, does Mistra kill him? If he tries to become a god, isn't that kind of an evil ending? Why would I not give it to... I mean, I know that Mistra's kind of a bitch, but I feel like the alternative is also bad. Oh, an ad's playing. I should not be getting this many ads considering how many... I like how Automod still saw through that. Alright, I see an ad is playing right now, so I'll wait and then I'll ask my question. I'm not sure if you can see me or not. Wow, I can just leave it? Well, I already clicked away from that option. God got us with him? Oh, well, I wasn't romancing him. Better yet, you'll be her chosen. Yeah, I'll just give it to him. At least then it's out of this world, and no one else can really make you a god or goddess. Well, we know what Bates is doing for her next playthrough. Better yet, you can be her chosen again.
More deserving one this time around. If this adventure has taught me anything, it's that there are things in this world far more valuable than power. Besides, growing quite fond of this merry band of ours, and I'd quite like to see what happens to it. I'm sure Mr.
It feels like it's past 100.
Then, I propose we celebrate our victory the mortal way, with a drink in our hands and reckless abandon in our hearts.
Who wins the bet? Wizards are not entirely boring. Well, my friend, what do you say?
If I didn't find Gale kind of boring, I definitely would be tempted to try that. No offense. It just doesn't interest me. We should stay in the city, help rebuild it. No. I don't remember getting this choice. A celebration sounds perfect.
I honestly don't mind what we do once we get to the... Ow! What the... Oh no. Oh God. Well, it was nice when it lasted. Ah! I'm sorry. I have to go.
This is like the one moment that I've actually felt bad for him.
I suppose that's the last time any of us will see him. And the last time I'll ever see the sun.
We did it, soldier. The city's going to be all right. And so are you.
I think Karlach's romance is the best romance in the game. Just look at this shit.
Engine's finally cooked. Held on just long enough. So, how'd I do?
You were spectacular in every way.
For you. And for the city, and for myself, and blah blah. But most of all, for you. Careful! Hot! How'd I do? Spectacular.
How'd I do? Spectacular.
It's the one thing I can't beat, isn't it? Same below as above. I love you. You. More than anything. I saw. Oh, God! Goodbye, son. Goodbye, sea. Goodbye.
No, stop. I won't allow this. Karlach, you're coming with me. Back to Avernus. We can't let her die. Not like this. Not now.
You can't.
So last time, I said, Karlach, my love, I can't watch you die. Will, I'll go with her. It should be me. I'm kind of curious, because I'm not in a relationship with Will. So it'd still been me and Karlach, and then Will would just be there, I guess? If I said, enough Karlach, the three of us will make a new life in Avernus together. I mean, I don't think she does the whole pained, I love you. If you're not romancing her, does she? I mean, I guess she could. She's a very loving person. Wait, did you behead my girlfriend? Yeah, let's do it. Enough, Karlach. The three of us will make a new life in Avernus together. Actually, I'm gonna save. In case it ends up being like a relationship with Will, which I don't want. Three of us will make a life in Avernus together.
So, what do you say? Die here now, or live on with people who love you. Azariel won't touch you. I swear it, Karlach.
How dare you?
All right. All right. But we have to go. Now. I can't hang on much longer.
Thank the gods you've seen sense. Come, to Avernus we go. Our next adventure awaits.
Okay, depending on how this next scene goes, we will be going back, because that one scene where she like lights the cigar and is like, and then I thought I was done with these, but then there came you. It's always you. That scene was just great.
It's over. And it's all because of you. You, who were destined to become a thrall. Thanks to you, there will be no Illithid empire, no death god's tyranny. You have earned your place amongst the legends of the Sword Coast. You are the saviors of Baldur's Gate.
It worked.
Apparently I didn't leave him with an outfit.
I shouldn't have let you come here. This isn't going to be easy, you know. Zariel's going to come at us with everything she's got.
Squirrely fits hello.
Like clockwork. They'll be on us soon, but there's just enough time. Thought I was done with these.
Okay, cool.
But then, there was you lot. Imps are fast, but careless. Don't let them tire you out, just get rid of them. And don't forget, you asked for this. Better let these fuckers know I'm back. And this time, I'm not alone.
This moment is so ruined by the fact that he's naked. Well, with other romances, you don't get to watch the, like, when you first kiss Karlach and she does that whole, like, jump in the air and fist pump. Oh my god, it's so cute. It's so cute. She's just so pure the entire playthrough, and it's amazing.
When the invitation came, you were hip-deep in Lemur's slime, swarmed by hell wasps, and about to drive the killing blow on a magma claw. Cutting through the dreadful buzz of the wasps and the screams of the damned, a familiar, comforting voice echoed in your mind. Withers, he requested your attendance in Faerun, to gather with your friends and allies, those who stood against the Absolute at your side.
Alright, looks like the owlbear is here this time. Dope. Or at least I thought I saw him.
Thou wert called here, some from above, some below. For with thine bond, together thou hast kept the wheel of fate spinning when it threatened to halt. Though thou wert drawn far apart in the months after the collapse of the Absolute, tonight, fate renews thy bond once more. Thou shouldst take care to preserve it. It is a great weapon, wielded in the hand of good. Go. Know one another once more.
Yay!
Last time I heard the ballad of the endless springtime.
Friend? Friend! You came! Big Brother Scratch, too! Happy.
Oh. This makes me genuinely so happy. I'm so happy he survived this time and we got this moment, even though he was deleted from most of my playthrough. Oh.
Yes. miss this more.
Paulson is super sweet.
Yes, miss this more.
You're a lot bigger than Scratch now.
Yes, big. But Scratch is smart. Teaches me many things. Like Big Brother.
What have you been doing since we last met?
Lots. Make friends with a turtle, a cat, a kraken. Kraken eats my cat friend, so I bite, kill. With shiny clothes, I am strong. Tired now. Want sleep. Want cave.
Sounds like you need someone to look after you. How about Shadowheart?
Nice lady. She gives pets and tasty things. I like her. I go to her. Happy. Gonna get pets. Gonna play. Gonna live with nice lady.
Yeah, he's a strange looking nice cat.
Yes. Miss this more.
You are. Keeping us all on tenterhooks so you could make a dramatic entrance, is it? Starting to wonder if you'd show up.
You're joking? I've been counting down the days.
Honestly, so have I. Oh, come here, will you? It's been forever. You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land, I take it.
I'll take that as a compliment. You look good too.
I suppose I do, don't I? I'm glad you seem well. Trudy.
I have a confession to make. I may have volunteered you for something.
Is that so? And what liberties did you decide to take, exactly?
I was hoping you might like a new companion. Rather large, feathered, well-mannered mostly.
The owlbear. Of course I'll have him. If he wants to come with me, that is. I'd have offered sooner, but everything was a blur after the battle. I thought he'd gone to roam free. Are you sure he'd want to join? I'm not exactly settled anywhere right now. It could be dangerous at times.
Hardly anything new for either of you. He'll love it, I'm sure. Then you'll be able to look out after each other.
All right, then. It's settled. Oh, the things we'll get up to.
Phoenix, hello. Tell me what you've been up to.
Wandering, mostly. The adventuring life is almost a tonic when you're not constantly threatened by brain monsters and cultists. I can finally see the world beyond the cloister.
Come on, tell all. Where have you been? What have you seen?
One of my first stops was the House of the Moon in Waterdeep. It's the largest temple of Selûne in existence. It seemed like the perfect spot to reflect on my parents. on where they came from. And where I came from too, I suppose.
I love my daddy.
Imagine, isn't it?
My superhero.
People in the lair of the Moon Witch herself. Your truest act of heroism was putting up with all that char and drivel I was spouting for so long.
Mr. Hellspawn, hello! Thank you so much for the gifted subs. You did make it. I'm very proud of you. You didn't raid though, right? It was just the gifted subs? Thank you, I appreciate it. Your parents would be proud of you.
Oh, I know they are. I can still sense them, I think. And one day we'll
I'll never know. I mean, I would assume I would know if it was a raid. I didn't see you live, but I was pulling up my lurks. Oh, you're going live in a little bit? Okay, cool. I'll make sure to lurk on you. Especially since apparently I'm accidentally lurking on the same person twice. It has thousands, yes. Saw me streaming, wanted to see it. Well, I'm glad you were able to make it. What else have you been doing?
Well, I've had run-ins with my former fellow Sharans on a couple of occasions. Word seems to have spread of what happened at the cloister. Now other chapters of Shar worshippers see me as a prime target to offer up to their lady as a sacrifice. Don't worry. I know their tired old tricks better than anyone. They'll need more than a hooded cloak and poison blade to best me. Especially when I have a friend on the inside keeping me abreast of their predictable little plans.
Friend on the inside? You mean Nocturne?
None other. The matter of her faith and allegiances remains complicated, let's say. But she is still my oldest friend. I have hopes that perhaps she might...
There's 17,000 different endings?
That's a decision she will have to make for herself. If that day comes, I'll be ready.
What's next for you?
I don't know. Which is just the way I like it just now. Perhaps I'll just stick a pin in a map and see what I find, or head to the docks in the morning and scrounge a berth to find somewhere new. I'd like to see the islands, maybe, or head south to Arm. I heard there's an enclave of werecats that hunt the followers of dark gods by moonlight. I'd love to see if there's any truth to that. But enough about me. What have you been up to?
Leave.
Don't be a stranger. I've missed wine. Had to resort to making my own cider recently, which isn't bad, don't get me wrong. But a girl can't have fun with apples alone.
You could have a future in brewing, start your own label maybe? Shadowheart Special Scrumpy.
You might be onto something there, though the name might need work. Somehow it sounds rude, even though I know otherwise.
Can I have another hug, please?
Well, seeing as you asked so politely.
thank you for the hype train.
Never gets old. Don't be a stranger. You know, I never really imagined Withers as much of a party thrower. But then again, I suppose our camps weren't taking care of themselves while we were out gallivanting, were they? There's hidden depths in that lovable husk.
He's an asset, no. He's been an asset, no doubt about it.
Indeed. Healing can only do so much. We'd likely be dead somewhere out in the wilderness if not for him.
You could stand to be a little less cryptic, perhaps.
Oh, no, that's all part of the fun. You know me. I can't resist a bit of mystery.
Can I have another hug?
Twist my arm and break it, why don't you? That hit the spot.
Alright, was there
Don't be a stranger.
more dialogue with you or no?
I hope the sun takes its time slipping through the hourglass. I don't want tonight to end too soon. Don't be a stranger.
Don't waste a step.
A familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing he has in his mouth.
What have you got this time, Scratch?
I found this. It smelled like you, so I kept it. Seemed like something you might like to throw.
I'm so glad Withers remembered to invite my favorite companion.
So am I. I've got a nice home in the city now. A girl named Mindy says I'm her best friend. She's mine too. Also you, and Albert. I've got so many best friends, I hardly know who to snuggle.
Aww. I'm so glad to hear you've fared well since our travels together.
I certainly have, and I always will. Forever, I think.
Oh, he's so cute. This is a dangerous object. I'm not sure we should be playing with it.
You know best, but a little fetch never hurt anyone, as far as I know. Oh, boy! Is it lovely to sniff you again?
Thank you. I spent too long setting this up. When I finally got my computer and moved up everything over here away from my bed,
You always know just how
I
to
had
do it.
delayed my starting streaming again for like 2 weeks because I wanted to make sure it was perfect.
Do
Wanna
you
play
even have
fetch?
to ask? I certainly have, and I always will. Forever.
These appetites.
Happy? Gonna get pets? Gonna play? Gonna...
Ah, my dear friend, it's been an age, has it not? You're looking very well indeed.
This is also, my bed's over there, but I have to literally climb over my armrest to get into the space. There's not a lot of space. You again. Wonderful to see you, Volo. How have you been?
Busy as ever. Better that than the reverse, wouldn't you say? Every major publishing house on the Sword Coast has been vying for my upcoming book on the subject of our adventures together. I've gotten quite good at replicating your signature, so you needn't even bother with the release form. You might help me with the title, though. I'm considering The Hero and Me. What do you think?
I'd love it, presuming I'm the hero.
Oh, that would be telling, wouldn't it? But believe you me, my friend, not a word could have been written without you. Perhaps, once the manuscript is finished, you'd even be willing to write a foreword? Or better yet, I'll write a draft and you can just sign your name. Better still, I'll sign it for you. Hmm? Ah, your success really has been wonderful for my reputation. But you mustn't let me hog your attention all night, my friend. You've many friends to chat to, and I'd love to listen in.
God, I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
You see, Boo? I told you.
Don't worry, friend. I'll be sure to send your royalties by post once the manuscript's published. I'm certain I have your address around here somewhere.
I live in hell, bro.
Ah, breathe deep, Boo. The smell of heroes sings from every stone in this place. To meet again where your journey began, my friend. An honor. For Minsk and his hamster both. Oh, and for Happy also.
Yes. Honored, of course.
It's good to see you, Minsk. Boo too, and Happy?
See how your very presence snatches the breath from his chest? And it is no wonder. It is just this day that Happy learned of your legend, while we gazed down upon the very city you saved.
He dangled me from the high hall, upside down, for 2 hours.
The guild should not go creeping in high places if they do not have the stomach for them, hmm? It is well for Happy the strange portal appeared when it did. Minsk's arm was growing achsome.
What have you been up to?
Up. Most recently, a long and winding stairway to the High Hall. 9 fingers forbade any looting of the Illithid's fleshy vessels, and so Minsk guards what remains of the battle site, even from her. But where Minsk might once have thrown any sneaking scoundrels from the tower top, now I tell them of you. How you ruled the wickedness within. How they might do the same.
Yes, I'll rule it. I'll be better.
Oh, of course. It is still for Boo to decide if they live or die.
Oh, gods.
But enough, my friend. I cannot tell your tale if I do not know the whole of it. Minsk and Boo would know where you have been. What you have done.
I've been in the hells with Karlak, fighting off devils and looking for a cure for her heart.
Oh, Boo, do you know what it would mean? To find a cure for Karlak's heart? Exactly! Her heart would be cured! Oh, when this day comes, you must come and bunk with Minsk and Boo. Fear not, we sleep in that sewer no longer. It is a different sewer, much less damp beneath the bedroll.
But still a sewer.
Now, Halfling, Boo will not have you embarrassing him in front of his friends. So you ought to know the rest of the company you keep. Will Ravengard, the Blade of Frontiers, Devil Horde and Angel Hearted. Lae'zel of Kresh Killer, true child of Gith and true friend to Boo. Though she will and say it is not so. Astarion, who is banished by the sun itself for fear his Spanish soul might outshine it. We visit him much down in the dark places, though he often moves his lair without remembering to tell Minsk where.
Sure that that's
Gale,
truly an
a
accident.
man who would be a god, but then thought better of it. Boo thinks better of him for it too. Shadowheart, 2 gods dogged at her soul, but she managed to keep it all for herself in the end. Wait, Boo, did she do something with her hair? Halsin, Archdruid of Arch... somewhere. He is a much better man than he smells.
Apparently, Halson's got
And
some
then,
BO.
the champion of the Hells herself. Karlach Demon's Bane, Devil's Bane, Merkul Ball, and Bane. Once the guild is made of good nymphs once more, Bull shall scratch the Hells wide open and find a way to bring her back. And finally, Jahira. If this is a name you do not already know, then not even Boo can save you. Study them well, sneak thief, for the best among them will be a guide for your guild. Heroes who put the city before themselves, who never falter in their duty. And more than this, who never arrive to a party without even a gift for the host.
But wait!
Go, my friend. Be among our friends. There is much work yet to be done before this one is fit to join them. We shall conclude our business with the thief. But have no fear, my friend. Boo will save you a dance. We shall conclude... Boo will...
Under these very skies. Such pleasure to see them once more.
Whoa, all the outfits. Oh. Well, that's not terrible. Yeah, I'll stick with that. That's fine. At least I'm not matching, what's his face anymore.
There you are. Well, well. Look what the Tressim dragged in. Professor Gale Decarius of Blackstaff Academy. Educator of the esteemed School of Illusion. A pleasure to remake your acquaintance.
Fuck him.
Well, that was quite lovely.
Oh, yeah, that would be cute if Asterion and Sebastian get back together, but I don't think that Sebastian would
Quite
want to
grateful to
forgive
just be
the
Gale
transgression made.
I fear my students find me somewhat intimidating due to my, explosive former reputation. I seem to put the fear of the gods into them. Or the fear of Mystra, to be more specific. I surrendered the crown of Carsus to her, as I told you I would. And in return, she cured me of the orb at last. Even now, I struggle to put the feelings into words. It was like exhaling for the first time after holding my breath for so very long. Of course, I haven't clarified with my students that the orb is no longer a threat. The legend of my explosive capabilities is an excellent means of controlling a classroom. Too good, if anything. I spend most of my time trying to convince them how much fun the study of magic can be. But it'd be easier to crack a smile on an intellect devourer than some of my pupils.
I'm glad to hear that. The weave is not fodder for idle study. It's dangerous and should be treated as such.
Still, I hoped my students might be a little more open to the playful side of such magic. Oh, they try their best, of course, when they can manage to stay awake.
Cheek of them. Nothing a well-placed swipe from Tara can't fix, though.
And what of you? What are you making of this newfound lease of life we earned?
My repertoire of some truly spellbinding new songs has some truly spellbinding new songs in it, inspired by our feats of unbridled heroism.
From you, I'd expect nothing less. I've told my students plenty of tales about our escapades. You're something of a hero to them, you know? I'd be delighted to introduce you to my current cohort as a guest lecturer, perhaps. I'm sure they'd have plenty of questions for you.
I suppose I could regale them with a stirring ballad or two about our epic journey together.
Well, I, for one, can't wait. And I say with some confidence, neither can they. Of course, you'll be most welcome to stay with me in my tower. My apologies, Tara. That would be our tower. It will give us plenty of time to catch up on your adventures. I'm very curious to know what you've been up to these past months. But I suspect the telling of that tale would keep you tied to me all evening. So, in the spirit of selflessness, I encourage you to mix and mingle for now, with time enough to come. I can't believe this is real. Never thought we'd gather like this again. It's quite... yes, it's really quite lovely.
Oh, right. You. Hello.
A greeting from Tara. What have I done to deserve the honor?
You helped Mr. Dicarios save Baldur's Gate from the Absolute, isn't that right?
Mr. Dicario wasn't even there. Actually, Gale helped me?
That doesn't sound like him. But whichever way you want to remember it, well done, I suppose. You ought to come visit myself and Gale when you're able. If you can extract yourself from what I'm sure are very important responsibilities.
I'd quite like that. Thanks for the invitation.
We'll send word by pigeon when we've need of you. I used to have a taste for them, but a great many things have changed in recent months. Ta-ta, darling. Do let me know if you spot a cozy corner near the fire for me, won't you?
Missed this place. And these... So, you made it!
The Hell's Walker returns.
Whoa, she's glowing now.
I trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more, I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo. I never imagined we'd be standing toe-to-toe on this day, in this place. Nothing but allies, I always told myself. A necessary partnership. But in spite of every strained word, every barbed glance, seeing you brings me even more pleasure than taking a Royal Inquisitor's head.
You're looking a bit less solid than I expected.
Bit. It's taken a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen psi crystals, and 2 10 days of effort to conjure my projection. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This... Fey Run.
Where are you now that you couldn't be here in the flesh?
Tractalore.
Shaktalar, never heard of it. Should I have?
I wouldn't expect you to. The capital city of the Githzerai, an exiled people, once kin with mine, until the madness of civil war ripped our one sky into 2. Our Gish sent word of the rebellion to their god king Zareth Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance.
The best choice for the job. Your tongue is as learned as your blade.
My blade is keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge. Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck. Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but one direction.
So we don't get a mommy
I am
art.
a warrior of the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces. My people will be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm.
If only Orpheus could have shared in your victories.
I admit, I've longed for his guiding wisdom more than once. But I have not heard tell of him, nor has my mind felt his presence. Gith's son has been lost to the shadows. Perhaps one day, when the Lich Queen is dust, he will step into the light.
When will I see you again?
Soon. When the comet has risen. When the Lich Queen has crumbled to dust. I miss this place. More to the point, I miss you. I wouldn't even deny it with Vlaakith's vorpal blade at my neck. Though, I'd rather it not come to that. Now go. Mingle a bit. That's the word, right? Mingle. I'll be back one day. The Overgod himself couldn't keep me away.
I heard that if you... Oh, here it is. What has become of the egg, Lae'zel? Has it hatched?
So it has. And a fine man, the hatchling...
Mommy Ark!
I call him Zaan. Freedom. He is with the mages of Zamvadim. I trust
Okay,
his
not
character,
Mommy Ark.
no one else. Zaan's destiny will be his own to follow. Warrior, poet, explorer, scholar. His way will be the way of the comet. No chains to bind us, no lies to bury us. Liberty will be the rallying cry that unites our empire.
Alright, the egg was taken care of.
This is nice. Yes. I think that's the right word for it.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. He wasn't kidding. Withers, you mad bastard! You brought us back! Commander Zula won't know where the fuck we went! Ha! Oh, man, I can't wait to say hi to everyone. Look at them, the beauts. Rest up, soldier. My tin can will be all right for the night. And you and me will get to sleep with both eyes shut for the first time in 6 months? Then again, maybe we won't sleep at all.
I like the sound of that.
You too, my love. See you soon.
Can I have a kiss?
Come here, you goon.
I love that the fire turns blue. Will seems to be having a good time. We should enjoy ourselves too before your heart heats up and we need to head back.
She's got a knight in her, I think. Any trouble and I'll toddle back off to hell quick as you please. Oh, hey. Before you go, I've been thinking about those blueprints we found. Zariel's probably got a load of Cambions guarding that forge. I'm sure she knows I'll want in. She'll do anything to stop me from fixing this thing. I might have an in with one of the guards, though. You may remember my old friend Flo. Not sure she'll help us, but maybe. We might get to come home. Permanently. Maybe even sooner than we think. It's so good to be back, isn't it? Oh, it's
I'd love if they had included,
like home.
Allowed us to play some of these endings out.
Withers has a keen eye for a nice drink.
Well now, you can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
I missed you too, Chihira.
Ah, how nice to be understood again. I have spent the past months bickering with builders and bankers, all to restore the city exactly as it was. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers, same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon, same cisterns overflowing, huh?
What are the Harpers up to?
What else? Helping. Whether I ask for it or no. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two, if they don't expel her. Again.
All's well and good, but what about you? I want to hear what you've been up to.
There is still much to do. People to house. A Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less. For all your travels, I hope you have arrived where you want to be. Home. Whatever that means to you.
Garlic and I are each other's home in Wild Avernus.
Garlac is lucky to have you. And know that you are not forgotten. If your friends don't drag you from the hells, it will only be because you freed yourself first. But there will be more to discuss on that matter. First, I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine. Why are you looking at me so? I'm enjoying myself. You look upon fun, Jahira. Why are you looking at me so?
Jahira is one of my favorites. To converse with.
He's going to kill me, isn't he? Not the big mad bastard. The hamster.
Where's my other traveling companion? Oh, there you are.
There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
Breathe deeply and take in the scents around me.
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
I smell fragrant flowers and a mysterious accent I can't quite place.
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs. I swear, the three of us have felled enough cambions to build a fortress with their horns.
We should do that. That sounds awesome.
That just
Sounds
one
sick.
of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good. And get this, if those blueprints we found work, I could reverse engineer my stone eye. Instead of Mazora tracking me, I could track her.
God, I wish we could play this out. That would be so sick.
It's past time for her old pet to sink in his fangs.
I'm glad you could slip away to see your father. He must be so proud of you.
I've seen him more than a few times. And he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy. The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart.
have you been faring without your warlock
I
powers?
think the splinters I made out of the last bone devil I saw speak for themselves. Not to pat myself too hard on the back, but I'm not such a bad ranger if I do say so myself. Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment. The night's young. You shouldn't go wasting it. Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen. Cheers to you. Cheers to Withers. Cheers to all of us. A beautiful night. I wish it could last forever.
Well, look who decided to turn up. I wasn't sure our withered old friend could live up to his promise. But here we are. And look at you, straight from the hells, still reeking of brimstone. I take it you've been having fun.
It's been tough, but at least I'm there with Karlak.
Yes, the right person can make just about anything bearable. And it seems like you found exactly the right person.
Last time I saw you running from the sun, what happened?
Exactly what I feared. Without the protection of our little friends, I was just an ordinary spawn again. Burning in the sun. I fled the dock and found refuge in the shadows until night fell. Part of me was relieved you left so quickly after the battle. I felt ashamed. Like I'd lost everything. Just as you claimed your victory. I didn't want you to see me like that. But time lent perspective. It wasn't your victory, it was ours. And for all I'd lost, I'd gained so much more. I had freedom, strength, a whole new life. And it was time to live it. I've taken a turn as an adventurer and hero. It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people. And apparently I'm rather good at it.
Starion, one of the good guys. Who would have thought?
Let's not get carried away, darling. I'm still me. Perhaps more me than I've ever been.
You seem happy. Are you sure you haven't been drinking blood?
No, this is all me. I swear. Don't get me wrong. I was a mess at first. Every day I yearned for the sun and mourned my curse to live in the shadows. But in time, I realized that darkness is as much a part of me as my fangs. This is only a curse as long as I refuse to embrace the shadows. So, I decided I would. I decided not to be defined by the choices other people made, by what other people did to me. My past may be done, but my present, my future, they're mine. This is who I am, in all my glory, for better and for worse.
I'm glad to hear. Acceptance looks good on you.
That being said, I haven't completely given up on returning to the sun. If the opportunity presented itself, well, I wouldn't say no. But until then, I am happy.
Glad to hear that,
We've had
Asterion.
quite the journey, you and I. From the moment I first threatened you, I knew you were someone special. Someone to take on the world with. I will miss our time together. But then again, maybe this isn't goodbye. So much as it's, see you later, darling. After everything, This feels nice. A chance to take a breath. Metaphorically speaking.
Oh, pardon me.
Cool, fresh air. By the living gods, I need
it. Alright, who am... Oh, Halson, that's how I said.
You would
My
think
other
someone
love.
of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more.
The feeling's mutual. I've missed
We
you.
have all pined for each other's company, I sense. I cannot imagine otherwise after what we shared. That bond was forged in a crucible that can never be stoked again, Oak Father willing. It is a bond that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can, for I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
The future's ours to write. Who knows what we might yet share together.
You are right, of course. I am accustomed to dwelling on the past, even when it brought me nothing but unhappiness. You changed that, and gave me the most precious of memories. Now the task is to make yet more of them, so that each reunion shall be all the sweeter. And who's to say we need to make such gatherings a rare occasion? My hearth is yours to warm yourself beside always. Now, we have much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
You first, Halson. I want to hear about the life you've made, the people you've helped.
In that case, very well. Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all. In another 6 months, I would wager the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry of Moonrise Towers and Rythwin have been repurposed into new homes, and the land is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together.
I recall you have quite a few young lords to care for. 9 wagons of them, wasn't it?
My greatest purpose and greatest reward. Those children have been through more than fate had any right to cast at them, and yet they go on as resilient as anything in nature. I impart what knowledge I can to them, yet, in truth, they teach me far more. The land we saved is theirs, and they will cherish it, I'm sure. Thaniel and Oliver shall never want for friends again.
I'll need to see this place for myself.
You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details. I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see, my charges. Their appetite for bedtime tales is greater than I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halson. Another is the chorus that greets me.
Daddy Halson, alright. So we got Mommy Lae'zel and Daddy
Exhausted my
Halson.
repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have lived. I desperately need new material, please. My reputation is at stake.
Had I known bedtime tales were a possibility, I'd have sought you out at camp.
You would ask to be tucked in next. But whatever the intrepid adventurer needed, I would have been glad to provide.
I expect you'll have a few tales that will need to wait until they're older.
More than a few, I should think. At least I shall be equipped to explain the birds and the bees when the time comes. But I hope that time is quite a while off yet.
Alright, let me see what I have.
I am all ears. Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling
God,
image.
he's so cute. Count fighting alongside Karlak against the devils and demons.
Karlak is truly lucky to have you in her life. Even the hells themselves cannot dim the love you share. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to. I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
Tell me about Daniel and Oliver. Do you see much of them?
Quite often. They come and go as they please, but with so many playmates to avail of, they are far from strangers. They ask after you often. What you did for them will never be forgotten. I can see it in the land all around me. But more importantly, I see it in their faces whenever they visit. To make a child smile is to dabble with the power of gods, as far as I'm concerned.
Still partial to roaming in bear form, I take it?
I spend half my days in ursine form. The children demand it. I had a score of them taking turns riding upon my back just days ago. I'm glad they are so comfortable with the Oakfather's creations. But they must learn that not all are as amiable as I am. A lesson for another time, though. They deserve some joy. As for roaming, that impulse has dwindled, I must admit. Perhaps because I have found where I am meant to be.
You seem more settled than I expected of you. I thought that was against your nature.
As did I, but somehow I feel like I no longer need to roam. That I have found something worthy laying roots for. Amazing what can be discovered about oneself, even at a ripe old age.
What of the Grove? Did you stay in touch?
On occasion, but I prefer not to interfere. Francesca of the High Forest is Archdruid now, and by all accounts, she has proven to be a steady and wise influence. Even Korga may yet find true balance, thanks to her influence.
May I have a hug?
Always. Your embrace makes me feel safer than any armor could.
Aww. I wouldn't say no to a kiss.
Nor would I.
Damn, look at that background.
I shall never tire of that.
Trying to sleep.
Before you go, I have something for you.
It's a ducky!
Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle? I made this. Ducks are my favorite, but I thought they were particularly fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course, traveling far and wide with the turn of the seasons.
And I also have a little duck.
Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves back in each other's company.
It's lovely, thank you.
Just a token to remember me by. Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on. Enjoy the festivities. We can speak again later. It truly is splendid to see everyone gathered together again. If only for a night. I hope the sun does not make haste to rise on us.
I do think... Oops.
I must be careful to not overindulge tonight, lest I lose control and slip into bed.
Ooh.
For the living gods, I needed it.
I didn't see this. To Hero of the Realms, we have followed your adventure closely from the day you fell from that doomed nautiloid to the final blow you struck to the Netherbrain as it loomed over the Sword Coast. We are but a humble guild who pride ourselves in telling stories not unlike the tales to be written of you for many years to come. How inspired we have been to witness your feats, awesome and terrible, the lives you've saved and sundered, the friendships you've found. Thus we thought to extend a greeting, to thank you for adventuring with such creative determination, such panache, enough to touch the hearts of each of our number. With deepest gratitude, the Guild of Great Genius. To whom it may concern, Withers gave me this address and said I could consider writing thus an update. The Iron Hand gnomes are nearly beyond help, but I've managed to yoke them into something resembling a coherent force for innovation. We've been hired to assist the city's reconstruction, and our steam-powered object motorations are helping to move building supplies in every part of the city. It's nothing, really. I am well. I trust you are too. We deserve it after all, don't we? Argus Root. To an old acquaintance. I write to you from the sunny porch of the Last Light Inn. A light breeze blows now and then. People are milling in and out, builders, visitors, the children of all ages in Halson's care. I can no longer hold a quill or eat without assistance. A kind friend is transcribing this for me. Daniel, rejoined with Oliver, has promised to be with me when the end comes, and as our songs drift on the wind ever louder, I know I have mere days left. But I do not fear it. If not for your help, this land would still be shrouded in darkness, and I'd still be lost within it. Know that my heart is full and happy, and I am grateful for my last moments. Do visit me someday, and if you have time to stop by an old Flaming Fist's grave, I know I'd love to see you. Art Koa.
Oh, pardon me.
Salutations! I'm writing to request your help in a mysterious case that has arisen since our little Bahalian bash a half year ago. Regrettably, I have had to take credit for dispelling the Ball cult in your absence, you understand, and I am working on routing the remaining Ballists from our fair city, with the newly promoted Blaze Devella Fountainhead in tow, of course. This has made me a target. A false document bringing my name into ill repute has been made public, an alleged unpaid bar tab at the Elf Song. If you happen to be passing through with a bindle of coin, perhaps you can persuade management of my obvious innocence? Much obliged. Investigator Valeria, Sleuth of the Helm. Yes, any advice on getting the Ballist blood out of cloth? Getting Ballist blood out of cloth? My hat's not been the same since the murder tribunal. Hero of Baldur's Gate. Who is this? Ravenguard. Vanquisher of the Absolute, the city is forever in your debt, for without your valor, your audacity, your sacrifice, it would not know renewal. It is not temples and inns and homes that I speak of, but hearts. Baldur's Gate can never be the city that it was before it suffered the Absolute's touch, and it is as it should be. The survivors have borne witness to their homes' near destruction. They've come to regret turning a blind eye to the cruelty Gortash disguised as safety and security. And they understand, just as I have come to understand, that trust, compassion, and unity are the foundation of Baldur's Gate. Our gates are open once more to the disowned and displaced. The Flaming Fists will learn to be true servants of the people, and I will devote myself to ridding the gate of the shameful fears that have allowed evil to enter our homes and sit at our tables. Yours, Older Ravengard. Arabella. Hey you! It's Arabella. You remember me, right? Bone Man once said I needed to find balance. Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being. Fancy talk. He was right, though. After I touched that idol in the grove, it was like a big tree started to grow in my head, and all these weird thoughts and feelings and powers sprouted on its branches like big black leaves. I had to figure myself out, so I followed the weave like Bone Man said. I don't know how I knew what to do, I just did. After you squished the brain, Beardman showed up. Said the weave led him to me, and me to him. He's teaching me how to make sense of all those leaves in my head tree. He says I need to use magic responsibly. He also said not to call him Beardman. I'll let you know how it goes. I'm assuming that's Gale?
Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source these?
Etfard. A small extract from a self-published polemic tabloid, and it is attached to the top. I will not be silenced, E. Needling with Etfard. Friends Baldurians, my people, consider our loss, our lauded and benevolent patriarchs maimed, our great upper city libraries demolished, the very beating heart of our city, to the right to speak freely, dead upon the cobblestones. Do you not see, my friends? Lord Gortash, formerly our greatest bulwark against the Absolute, is now smeared as a collaborator, his allies and colleagues tossed aside, former publications of repute turning to censorious farces. I ask you, the pamphlet continues in much the same fashion.
Perhaps he wishes to live vicariously
Bastion.
through the attendees' appetites.
I wish I'd seen this last time. These are cute. After so long in a vampire cell, I'd almost forgotten how to write. Never mind what to write, but what can you say to the person who unlocked your cage and gave you your life back? Or gave us some kind of life, at least. After you killed Cazador and opened our cells, we fled into the Underdark. There were thousands of us, a ravenous wave, mad with freedom and out for blood, and gods did we find blood. We swarmed every monster and unfortunate in our path, drinking what we could. We lost hundreds along the way, some to beasts, most just disappeared into the dark. It wasn't easy, but eventually Cazador's house spawn calmed us and took control. They found some old ruins we could call home, and we've been there ever since, building new lives for ourselves. We're not free down here. The dark will chain us forever, but we aren't the prisoners we once were either, and that's thanks to you. You looked into our cages and saw people, not monsters. And here, down in the shadows, we're trying to live up to that. Thank you, now and forever. Sebastian.
Why were we scrounging in barrels and crates for supplies when he could source these?
I wish I'd seen these before I spoke to everyone. I wonder if it would have changed the dialogue. Dear friend, I doubted you for so long. Perhaps you knew that already in spite of my best attempts. You proved yourself time and time again at Joaquin's Rest, in the Moonrise Towers, in Worm's Rock, and still I doubted. The Netherbrain's defeat should have proven your courage, yet I was more doubtful than ever. This was a ruse, a dream, a trick. And then one eve, from the elf song, I heard it. Singing. A raucous, lewd, tuneless, drunken refrain. I'd never heard anything more terrible and more beautiful. I raised my voice and joined the chorus. That was the moment all of my doubts melted away and were replaced with something more valuable. Hope. Baldur's Gate will be whole again. I might have doubted you, but you never did. With profound admiration, Floric. Letter from the Gur. To the Spawn Asterion. Greetings from the family of Ulma, hunters of monsters and keepers of peace across Faerun. We know this letter finds you well, for although we hunt you no longer, we do sometimes keep a watch. Your restraint and control over your bloodlust has been admirable. Indeed, it has been an inspiration for our children who have struggled with their own hunger. These last months have been difficult for our people. We have protected and nurtured our children as best as we can, and we've learned much. Herbs we once used to dull our foes' minds are now sedatives to ease hunger and pain. Restraints built to hold the undead now protect them from themselves. There has been a lot of pain, but a lot of progress too. Our children have learned discipline and control, and we learned compassion and patience. There was a time when we would have destroyed any undead creature, our own blood or not, and called it mercy. But then we met you. We saw that redemption was possible. Difficult, yes, painful, but possible. You saved our children, first from Cazador, and then from us. For that, we thank you. We will watch you still, but with more admiration than fear. Walk in peace, Asterion. Aww, that's really cool.
Good company and good wine.
Little Star Scroll, did you read these? And if you did you get this? 'Cause I know you killed the Gur outside the tea house. Hello, friend. I'm sorry it's been so long, but I have the most amazing news. You know how Lacrissa was working insane hours at the Elf Song Tavern? Well, she woke me up one morning, all excited, and told me she had a surprise for me. She took me to a house in the lower city that had a plaque hanging up outside it. The plaque was a plaque with your and Lihala's names on it, and School of Music beneath. So, even though you killed the Gur outside the tea house, the Gur still thanked you? I guess because they didn't know? I just burst into tears. I couldn't believe it. And School of Music beneath. I just burst into tears. I couldn't believe it. It's the cutest house you've ever seen, with a big open space downstairs and a small loft where we can sleep. Word spread, and before I knew it, I had a room packed with trainee bards from Candlekeep to Waterdeep. Lacrissa had to quit the elf song to help out. I'm teaching night and day and fall into bed utterly exhausted every night, and I've never been happier. Do come and visit sometime. We'd love to have you. Lots of love, Alfira. Hey there! Would you mind passing this on to Karlak? Thanks a mil. Karlak, if you're reading this, you're alive. One way or another, you found a way. Thank the gods. I think of you often, wondering what's become of you. Write to me, won't you? Please. Yours faithfully, Damon. I need to remember to pick up all of these. Letter from... Wait, didn't I kill Elminster? Oh, no, not Elminster. I killed the other one. Gil, my boy, I can only apologize for my absence from Wither's little gathering. As you know, only the most urgent of business would keep me from indulging myself in his excellent taste in sweet meats. And your esteemed company, of course. I was delighted to hear that you came to your senses with regards to that cursed crown, and delighted yet further when I learned that the orb's malingering presence no longer poses any threat. In that sense at least, I hope you feel Mr. treated you fairly. I trust you're enjoying your adventures. I have to say, I struggle to picture you outside of Waterdeep, or your library for that matter. Wherever your escapades take you, please be sure to keep your larder well provisioned. After all, one never knows when an old friend might drop by. Elminster. Nocturne. Dear Shadowheart, I hope that you are happy and well. I must keep this short, as I remain surrounded by Shar's followers at almost every waking moment in my new enclave. I dearly wish for you to enjoy your night spent with old friends, and I hope that you and I shall share such a reunion. I know it must seem strange for me to dwell on such heretical thoughts, yet I cannot help myself. Perhaps one day I shall find some measure of bravery that you did and walk away from this life. Until then, I shall keep safe and hold memories of you as my one ember of light amid an ocean of darkness. Until we find each other once again, yours always, Nocturne. Letter from Voss. Shellac. Orpheus may not be with us, but the comet shines ever bright. Breath by breath, battle by battle, Vlaakith's death draws nearer. I have taken to the astral plane, slaughter all who must be slaughtered, and spread the air's truth to every possible ear, willing and unwilling. Many Githyanki have already taken up arms as warriors of the comet. Others have remained in their enclaves or traveled to creches, dedicating themselves to our cause as scribes, spies, and slate scholars. But our allies do not call themselves children of Gith. Do not all call themselves children of Gith. Zareth Minyar Ag Gith, the Githzerai's god king, has requested an audience. There was a time I would have thought such a coalition unspeakable. But with the Githzerai at our side, not even the full force of the Kithraki could stop us. If Vlaakith is to fall, perhaps the two skies must again be made one. Voss, Revirkal to Orpheus, Knight of the Comet.
14 apples, some fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread just to get by.
It is the end, Lucius. My second time. I had a dream of you last night. Not that there are any nights here, or any days. It was a dream about you, all of you, and you were here with me, and I had served bread and jam and oat crackers and cheeses and enough tea to quench a desert. You nibbled and sipped and smiled and laughed, and you asked if I was happy. Nobody has asked that for so long, and I don't know if anyone has ever asked. Nobody has asked that for so long that I don't know if anyone has ever asked at all. I didn't have the words answer, so instead I led you through my house and showed you all the souls that are here with me. They were Raphael's once, and now they only belong to themselves. The archive is an art gallery. The boudoir is a grand kitchen, and the dungeon is a refuge for any wounded soul or creature that finds its way to us. Am I happy? I don't know, but I am hope, and I persist because of you. Thought I'd reach out first for once. I finally had my baby, a beautiful boy. I can't believe I ever thought of giving him up. He screams his head off half the night, and I've barely slept, but I'm the happiest I've ever been. Other than my wedding day, of course. I decided to name him Connor after his dad. With Ethel gone, myself and some other hag survivors have started our own publishing house. We've only printed a few pamphlets so far, but I'm halfway through my first book. Me, an author. It's like something out of a dream. Mind you, it's all about how to kill hags. And you know what they say, write what you know. But you know what they say, write what you know. With every pamphlet we publish, more people show up to our support groups. As happy as that makes me, it breaks my heart to see how much harm Ethel did. But so long as I live, another hag won't set foot in Baldur's Gate. You have my word. Anyway, the reason I'm writing isn't just to talk your ear off, it's to say thank you for saving a scared young girl who thought she'd be a terrible mother. I couldn't have been more wrong. Next time we meet, pints are on me. Mayrina.
Good song, good company.
I'm not much for leaving my city, but it does gladden a girl's heart to be asked to the ball, so I'll thank you for that much. In my place, except a few casks of a fine vintage that managed to roll their way down from the upper city in all the commotion. The rebuilding has given rise to many such happy opportunities worth discussing over a more civilized drink in my guild hall until you find yourself at a loose end. Enjoy the muck and see if you can get the High Harper to sing. You won't be disappointed. 9 fingers. I hope my penmanship has improved somewhat since in the past months. When I first stumbled into the city, I shook so badly that I could scarcely hold the soup the priests pressed into my hands, let alone write and thank you. Write and thank you as you deserve. It is only when the city itself began to shake that I felt my hands grow still. Along with other veterans sheltering in the temple, discards of Elturel's unworthy legions, I watched that monstrosity rise over the city. We felt no fear, only anger, disgust, purpose, and with it, power. I do not know what oath we cling to now, or how long it will last, but we shall use it to ensure that this city will not suffer as Elturel did, whether it wants us or not. It is more than thanks alone I owe. No words can make amends for what I did to my people. That is as it should be. More come to the temple every day to aid in the relief efforts, and if I am permitted to work alongside them, then I am content. Come and see us when you can. Zevlor. One more stamped letter. My friend, I hope this finds you wherever you are. I just wanted to thank you and ask a favor. I'm to be made a watcher. The High Harper put me forward to the Harper Council for service to the city. I'm not sure what that means, but I know if it wasn't for you, I'd be mucking out my mother's yard. I am permitted to bring one guest to the ceremony who will name me watcher before the council. You spoke for me once before. I understand you're probably busy, but I would be honored if you could do it again. I await your reply. Oh, whenever you can, but hopefully soon. Harper Geraldus. Well, I'm busy.
Cheers to you. Cheers to Withers.
Let's see if this gives me any more
Cheers
dialogue.
to all of us.
I didn't think it would, but it's worth a try.
It's so good to be back, isn't it? Oh, it smells like...
It's time.
Like home.
Around here somewhere. We shall conclude our business with it. Who will...
Selenite slippers?
Maybe I need more pockets.
Happy? Gonna get pets? Gonna play? Gonna live with nice lady?
It's always as good as the first time. That's not usually what people say about Diet Coke.
Yes, miss this more.
We should make this a tradition. Meet up every year.
Can I have another hack, please? Yes, eventually. Not immediately. Definitely not soon. Maybe when the next patch is released in September. Might wait longer.
That hit the spot. Don't be a stranger.
Be careful to not overindulge tonight, lest I lose control and slip into bear form.
Oh, pardon me.
Why are you looking at me so? I'm enjoying myself.
Cool, fresh air. By the living gods, I need it.
Oh, boy! Is it lovely to sniff you again?
Nice little spot, isn't it?
A familiar sight. Scratch can't quite speak around the thing
Want to
he
play
has in
fetch?
his mouth.
Do you even have to ask?
Revelry and community on the eve of revolution. Magnificent.
It's so...
This is...
Alright, it doesn't appear that this has changed anything.
After everything,
I can't believe this is real. It's quite...
Cheers to you. Cheers to...
We shall conclude. Who will...
Yeah, okay.
Good song, good company, and good wine from the looks of it.
Oh, hello. Let me guess, you've got some suggestions about the music choice.
Tough gig?
You have no idea. You've no idea who I am. Withers couldn't even find a bard that knows who I am.
How do you know Withers?
I owe him a favor, one he is eternally invoking. I thought honoring the worthy was a fair price to pay for Withers to pull me out of the fugue plane. Alas, one purgatory to another.
What were you doing in the fugue plane?
Languishing in obscurity. Cyric knew what he was doing when he punished me for that song, the prick. Before I was banished to the fugue plane, I had song prayers coming out the proverbial ears. Guess how many I get now? None.
You feel a pang of divine guilt. Musical prayers went out of fashion among bards when Melil, Lord of Song, offended the god Cyric and was ejected from the pantheon.
Pretty sure that The
I'm washed up.
Malil
I'm
is the
afraid.
god that I am dedicated to. If I'd known Malil was invited to the party, I'd have gotten fancier wine. It is an honor.
You know. You're bloody right. It is an honor. Deep down, I knew you'd recognize me. You're a fellow bard, after all.
If I do play again, I'll try Dark Urge. But it's gonna be a while. Nothing, please carry on as you were.
Fantastical news. Carry on I shall.
Reunited with friends amidst nature.
Greetings, O cultured adventurer. What can I do you for? Fantastic.
Alright, that's all. Worm's army dispersed from Baldurs. Well, alright. Yeah. Okay, that's enough. Time to move
This
on.
one night is like any other, and yet different. Thou art the savior of Baldur's Gate, until such time it requires saving again. How dost thou feel?
I can't help but feel some things have been left undone.
If thou could only see the paths of fate untaken, thy mind would surely break. Be glad of thy chosen path. It is, after all, thine. Enjoy the revelry of the day. Thou deservest at least that much.
I think I've caught up with everyone. What comes next?
What indeed? Prick up thy ears and listen. The balance of the world restored. The balance of these lives, mortal and otherwise, brought to account. Hear me, thou heroes, wastrels, friends. I have waited long to tell you these words. It is over.
Good night, Ledge. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by.
Thou played thy part in
I
weaving
hope you rest
the
well.
fabric of fate itself, but for every thread you sewed, so did the gods unravel another. Sleep, rest, revel, but be ready, for thou mayst yet be needed. Until we meet again, I wish thee every possible fortune, health, wealth, love, and above all, problems worth solving.
That is a very good blessing. To the greatest friends I could dream of.
To you.
Well, last time I did watch all of the credits. So I already did this, and I don't really... It was like 20 minutes.
There thou art, the dead three. Thy faces gods, thy actions barely worthy of the name. Didst truly believe thy ploy would succeed? Didst believe I would not notice? Thou soughtst to bolster thy
This credit scene right here makes me want to play the other games.
but souls vanish when their hosts become mind flayers.
Are they his
The
children?
other gods would not notice. Gods thou may be, yet thou hast proven thyself fools. Everyone. The supplication of Bane, the whimper of Baal, the death mule of Merkel.
No, they don't really explain who he is. He's just some dude who hangs out.
I overestimated thee. They did not. Vermin, away. Thou wilt trouble us no more.
Who's Withers? Oh. So should I play the first two games before I play Dark Urge? Withers is Jurgle, the original Death God. Interesting. Okay, well, I am satisfied with this ending. And it's too late for me to boot up Skyrim again, so we could either watch some meme videos, or we could just hang out, or I could end a little bit early. Yeah, okay. Thank you everyone who sat through that twice, for sitting through that twice, because I really was let down with the ending that I ended up getting. I'm glad that I did decide to play the ending again so I could get the ending I liked more. Because I wouldn't have made the choices I made if I didn't already know that it was an option to save Orpheus. Actually, I'm gonna use the restroom and then we can decide what we're gonna do next. So, BRB. There we go. Shit.
Anything like that before. The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar. And Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
Is that what you were waiting for? Ugh. You go to bed. See, there you go. You weren't just scaring me. Okay, so now I'm going back the way I came. He's a master at scaring me at this point. He's very talented. I kind of want to do this to see if he will tell me something. Like if he bargains with me, what would he bargain? This is in Act 3. Oh yeah, spoilers for anyone. Sorry.
Anything like that before. The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar. And Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
Stupid robot. Or stupid, creepy monster thing. Fuck. You got me that time. God damn. You got me. I'm honestly very tempted to check and see if there's actually 7,000 steps here. I'm sure that there's some nerd out there who counted them. Karma Jockey said that it was someone told them that it was closer to 600, but I am very tempted to look it up and just confirm. Oh, you did count. I hope you know that saying some nerd is a compliment because nerds are awesome. I just want to put that out there. Oh, I know that I said that in a way that may come off as insulting, and I want you to be very clear. I did not mean it in an insulting way. Okay, cool. 732. Thank you for looking that up. Some nerd named Nini. 732. Thank you for counting.
You want suck, I suck. You want blow, I blow. You want intellectual disputation, I got a big belch.
I'm honestly very... Okay, I am back. Thank you everyone for being patient. Yeah, so should I just read out or find some, or like, should we watch some funny videos? Is there any... Whoa, what was that? Oh, okay. Is there anyone that would like to weigh in? Also, is there anyone here who used to watch my Magium videos? Because I have an announcement, but it's kind of a sad announcement, so I don't really want to bring the mood down unless there's people who are relevant, like who would actually or have been waiting for me to read Magium again. I got the announcement today, which is why I'm bringing it up now. But for the people that aren't actually waiting for me, I'm just gonna say that I most likely will not be reading Magium again. Which means that if I'm gonna do more reading streams, I'm gonna need to find something else to read other than Magium. Any suggestions? That's not what I wanted. I just rewatched Pitch Perfect because I've been kind of craving it. I was just talking about rewatching The Good Place with someone who's never seen it before, and now YouTube is just showing me a bunch of clips from The Good Place, and it's just making me want to watch it more. Oh my gosh. Has anyone here seen The Good Place? Is there anyone who hasn't seen it yet? If anyone hasn't seen it, I highly recommend it, and I'm envious because I wish that I could watch it again for the first time. There's not many shows that I could say that. I feel like a lot of shows, rewatching them, you can appreciate it more the second time. Oh my gosh, Little Stars Girl. 10 out of 10 show. I think that the story and the lessons and the characters, everything about the Good Place was perfect. I think that unlike a lot of shows, it ended where it should have, and where like it ended. The ending is just so beautiful. But and it's so funny. The first season is just like, the entire show is just insanely good. It's insanely good. But then the first season is just holy shit. It's so good. If you are interested in watching a really good show, I highly recommend watching The Good Place, because I've seen it at least two times, I think 3 times now. Maybe just 2 times, because I watched it with a friend the first time, and then I rewatched it with my parents because I really wanted to show it to someone. Yeah. No, definitely not. I haven't really watched Grey's Anatomy. Definitely not, though. I don't know if... I wouldn't be surprised if they had the entire show mapped out from the first episode, but if not, they must have, because every single arc is so well planned out, and it ends perfectly. And today, literally today, I watched a video that was sort of breaking down. There's this one theory that makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of hints at the theory, but they never confirm it. It's not a plot hole at all. I can't explain it without giving away so much, but there's so many layers to it. I don't know if you like. It's got a little bit of everything. It's funny, it's deep, it's philosophical, it's got plot twists, it's got oh my gosh, it's got everything. I don't know what type of shows you normally watch, but Original Charmed, The Walking Dead. Really? I don't like. I liked Lucifer, but I don't feel like Lucifer was nearly as good.
Bitch! I love you!
Try Mars. Hello. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I'll change this to just chatting. I don't feel like changing the title though. I've seen the new Charmed. I haven't seen the original Charmed. I liked the new Charmed. I don't know if you've given it a chance or not, though. I had a friend who wouldn't give the original Charm or the new Charmed a chance because she thought that it would be too different. Really? Well, I liked the new one. I don't know where to watch the old one. I don't have time to watch the old one, anyways. I just can't. Because it's too different. That makes sense. I do have to say, if you do end up watching The Good Place, which I highly recommend, if you... like, I think it might even be in the same general genre. Do you know the general premise of The Good Place? Are you interested in hearing what it is? I wouldn't recommend looking anything up because I would be worried about spoilers. Okay, so you know that it's about, like, what happens after you die. Whether you go to a good place or a bad place, which is kind of like hell and kind of like heaven. The main character goes to the good place. But she's not supposed to be there. There was a mistake.
I love you!
Raymond Rules, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome in. I finished the game I was playing earlier, and now I'm just sort of stalling for time right now. Considering looking up some funny videos, or right now I'm talking about a show, one of my favorite shows that I'm gonna be making one of my friends watch with me soon, at some point. This video is like 20 minutes. I don't want to watch that. It's too long. Okay, I might just find someone to raid. Well, I don't know what this is that I'm looking at. It's been a little bit since I've raided Irish Pooh Hair. Oh, he's been live for a while though. Whatever. Looks like he's not ending. He's playing the DLC for Elden Ring. Anyone opposed to seeing the DLC for Elden Ring? Oh, Arana also just went live. She's playing a game I have not heard of. Penumbra Black Plague. It's been a while since I've... It's been live for almost 6 hours. When did I last raid? I can't check that from here. I can if I do this. I think it's a good thing that I'm ending because I'm clearly getting tired. I think I'm going to raid Irish Pooh here because it's been a while and I'd like to say hi. There's the raid. Copy those if you would like to. Irish Pooh here is super funny. I would highly recommend everyone check him out. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day or night or whatever it is wherever you are. Thank you guys so much for being here. This has been really fun. I'm really glad that I managed to get an ending that I liked. My next streaming day, depending on life, mental health, and all of the things, should be on Wednesday. I will be playing Ori and the Will of the Wisps, most likely. I finished Baldur's Gate 3 today, so the next time, on Monday, I will most likely be starting Skyrim, or going back to Skyrim, because I had put that on hold for this. I'm also considering starting Hellblade Senua's Saga, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to start a new game that's new again, considering how many glitches I had with this one. Anyways, I will decide as we go. Hopefully see you guys on Monday. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys have been wonderful, and since I will be going to sleep after this, good night everyone. Goodbye. Hello. Bye. Yes.